What's going on, everybody? It is me, your boy Gilbert.
And me, Harry.
And hey, oh no, wait, you're white. Never mind. I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding, guys. We're gonna be. Yeah, no, that was the best joke I could come up with, considering we're gonna be watching. What are we watching today, Harrison?
We are watching the Paul Verhoeven classic RoboCop.
Yes, indeed, we are. We had a Starship Troopers week last week, and this week, so I figured we'd keep that the train going, and see how much interest we have in watching the 1987 classic, as you said, RoboCop, which I'm not sure which one's more quotable, Starship Troopers or RoboCop, because they are both they are iconic, both in their own ways, and I love it. Verhoeven, you're awesome. How about you, Harry? What do you think? Which one do you think is the more iconic or quotable one?
I think it's probably RoboCop. I think it's a little bit earlier than sort of like my era, whereas Starship Troopers was at the right spot for me to see it as a kid, but it'd be kind of new and I'd know about it. Whereas RoboCop's more like your older brother lets you watch a VHS copy with you at some point when you're probably a bit too young. Yeah, it's the same like Terminator 2 was in the similar vein. These movies that you see when you're younger, but you probably shouldn't have.
Yeah, I mean, I think we mentioned it last week. That's like the entire 80s is just movies you shouldn't be watching, but your parents or your older sibling let you watch them.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So I guess we'll stall for a minute so people can get anything if they want to get it, queued up on their end, or if they have it ready to go or anything like that. But let's go ahead and talk about it for a second. So when did you first see this movie? Speaking of,
when would it have been? Probably sometime in the late 90s. I would have seen this because I remember knowing about it, and I know that I had toys. I had a bunch of RoboCop toys. And I remember I think I saw the RoboCop cartoon a bit, and then
there was a RoboCop cartoon.
Yeah, there was definitely a RoboCop cartoon that they made, which they shouldn't have, but they did. Yeah, I've noticed that with Patrick. Hi, Patrick. Nice to see you in the chat. Harry, did you hang a wreath of turnips and horseradishes on your front door for Thanksgiving? No, I didn't. Given that I don't celebrate Thanksgiving because it's your holiday, guys. It's not anyone else's. I know Canadians have a Thanksgiving, but it's a different Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I mean, what does the UK have to be thankful for anyway?
We don't need to be thankful for anything because we took what we wanted. We didn't have to thank anybody.
Damn right. Nah, but yeah. So I was gonna say, what is the like horseradishes and turnips? Is that a thing in the UK? Do you guys eat that? I feel like that's a Russian thing.
I don't think so. I think Patrick is making some stuff up. No, I do have a wreath currently on my door. I have a Halloween wreath that I then just leave up for Christmas. So it's like got skulls and stuff on it. It's great.
I was gonna say, you definitely seem like the kind of guy who would be like Nightmare Before Christmas, or like you wouldn't go see Santa, you'd go see Krampus.
Yeah, to be fair, also I say that's a few of my Halloween decorations are still up. There is still a skeleton crawling out of my front yard, and there's a happy Halloween. Yeah, I could do that actually. Yeah. Now, there's a happy Halloween sign on my gate that I zip tied, and I haven't bothered to go and like cut it down yet, so that's still there.
That's great. You're basically just the human embodiment of Jack Skellington. What's this? There's color everywhere.
I'm not as impressed by Christmas as Jack Skellington is.
See, I love how he was just impressed by snow. Even it wasn't even Christmas. It was just like, oh my god, snow! I've never seen that before. And it like broke his mind. But we're not here to talk about that movie. We're here to talk about a movie that is very much not a Christmas movie. It is. Yeah, I love how like we're doing not like holiday themed anything for the last couple of weeks. It's just like, you know what? Fuck that. We're gonna do the fascist movie. We're gonna do the cop state movie.
Do you have Thanksgiving movies?
They're basically. I feel like Thanksgiving movies are basically just Christmas. Like it's an excuse to watch Home Alone or like something like that. Like right. I've watched. Yeah, it's like Thanksgiving officially starts the Christmas season for Americans, because that's like the next day is Black Friday, and that's when we all go shopping and do all that shit.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So yeah, it's like that. I think that's when we start. It's officially okay to start watching Christmas movies.
Right. Okay.
I would love to. I'm sure there's a Thanksgiving movie out there somewhere. Let me see. Okay, guys. So I think we've stalled for long enough. Let me make sure that we're both in here. I think Harrison might be frozen. So I might have to. Yeah, we might have to redo this. So give me a second. I will be. Yeah. So I don't know if I'm not sure if we're still live or not because again, I can't tell if Harrison's still here. So give me 1 second, guys. Huh. Okay. Yeah. So it wasn't me. I think it is Harrison. So we might just have to stall for him for a minute while he comes back. And yeah. So RoboCop, good movie. Not like the best movie. I think Starship Troopers is definitely better, but hang on. So let me see. Yeah. So let me just yeah, hang on a second, guys. I'm just waiting on Harrison. Sorry. Oh, says Wi-Fi just dropped. Trying to fix that now. Okay, so yeah. So again, I'm like, I guess I'll just start the movie. So I don't know. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Let me make sure it's muted and go. And so you'll just wait. We'll stall for Harrison while we wait. Yeah, I think I first saw this movie in 2004. I was again very much too young to be watching this movie. I was probably like 8 or 9 years old when I first saw RoboCop, and I very a lot again, a lot of like I would say it's less satirical than, Starship Troopers, but a lot of, like, what is going on in the movie completely over my head. The time before we had drone shots or, like, Steadicam or anything like that, when they had to strap what's it? They had to strap a camera to a fucking helicopter and fly it around. Fuck, man. It really sucks to have to riff without Harrison. So what's kinda messed up is I feel like this could like, minus the whole, like, film grain and like, it not obviously being in the '80s, this could be like today. It's like, war the middle or war in Africa, and nuclear bombs in the Middle East, and North Korea, and also that. The Star Wars orbiting peace platform. I'm like, it's give us, like, 2 years, and that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna turn the ISS into a goddamn laser gun. Like, I bet you. Think I might have seen this before Buckaroo Banzai. I know I saw RoboCop in the theater. I don't even know what. First of all, we have to talk about that. What the hell is Buckaroo Banzai? That sounds like I don't even know. That sounds like a crazy like Western version of like a samurai movie. Healthcare guys, they care. No, they do not. See, that's fucked up. That whole thing right there, the corporatization of police forces, like the Detroit police is like owned by OCP. I'm like, that should not be a thing. It's only a matter of time before that's a thing. Hey, look, it's Red Foreman. Okay, so let me see here. So this is messed up, man. I don't, I'm going to be bitching about this a lot. How I'm like, I don't know how to riff without Harrison. It's like, it's really hard to sit here and try to, because otherwise I'm just going to be sitting here watching the movie with you guys. Oh, there we go. Speak of the devil.
I am
Thank
back.
God he's
Sorry
back.
about that.
No, you're good. In case we are at just a 13, 3, 15, 16, 17. And yeah,
Right, let's get that. Okay, more lined
All
up.
right, we good?
Yep.
All right. So yeah, while you were gone, I was struggling at riffing and talking about how it feels like the news report we got at the beginning of like, war in the Middle East and the nuclear or in the Star Wars space station has just been armed and ready by the president. And like I was talking about how like it's kind of fucked up how that could be a news report today, and it feels like it's going to be someday.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, it's upsettingly prescient. This entire movie.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't. Again, we talked about it last week with Verhoeven, but it's like the dude he had a very bleak view of like the future slash present.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely doing that. I think that thing that speculative sci-fi does, where if you're talking about the future, you're actually talking about the present day. And this movie, I think, really kind of encapsulates it. The kind of focus in on that sort of 80s over capitalist idea, or over consumerist, perhaps. Everything kind of being run by suits from marketing departments and just letting regular people sort of fall to the wayside.
Yeah, like and I did mention that a little bit, like the corporatization of the police force, like how fact that all their badges have OCP on them, and it's like I'm like that is some messed up shit. And again, it kind of messes my head that I'm like it's only a matter of time before like ICE ends up having some sponsored by Trump or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sponsored by Truth Social.
Exactly. You're like yeah, and it's like
What are these guys? What's happening, guys?
So yeah, they're talking about how like they're talking about going on strike because of the uptick in crime and how like the cops don't get paid enough and everything. So they're like, "Oh, well, let's strike and we'll hold out for more money and shit like that." And then the grizzled sergeant is like, "Cops don't strike. We don't do that here." You know, tries to rally the troops. And then the messed up thing is this is Alex Murphy's first day and he's gonna have a very bad one.
Who has? Well, actually, I think I might know the answer, but in anyone's opinion, who has a worst first day as a cop? Is it Leon Kennedy or is it Alex Murphy?
Hmm. Well, Leon Kennedy survives, so you got to give him
Yeah,
that one. Like he gets to be in at least 3 more games. So Alex Murphy, like I guess technically he survives too, but it's a different kind of survival.
I mean, but Leon doesn't get turned into a sick ass robot.
Yeah, with no dick. I'm like, what's the point? What's the point of being alive if you can't do it?
True, and Leon seems to have opportunity. If it doesn't get canonically said that he does use it.
Mm. So yeah, Murphy gets tortured on day 1. Yeah, like he gets shot by a million different bullets and has to kind of that scene that was going to come up here in a second.
I do kind of love. I'm going to be so happy with this. The scene where Murphy gets shot up is so ridiculously over the top. I absolutely love it.
So here's a better question that we didn't ask: who has who more over the top death scene? This guy right here, who's about to get shot, or Murphy? Because this dude gets shot by Ed 209 or 20, yeah, 209.
I think I enjoy Murphy's more. Like I think because like Murphy's is like full of splatter. Like like it's so ridiculous. Like
It's
Murphy makes you believe that human beings are just water balloons full of blood.
I mean, aren't they though?
There's other bits.
Yeah, no, but this part I just think it's funny because like he sits there. Everyone just kind of looks at him like it's normal, and like or no, it was it. The big dude, the boss, like everyone's like, "Oh my god, he's getting shot," and the boss just kind of sits there like, as if it's not even like a murder or that just happened. It's like another failure. Damn it, do better. Like and he
What am
looks
I
at
supposed to tell the shareholders now?
exactly, and it's like it has nothing. Doesn't even care that like a junior executive just got gunned down in the where everyone else is freaking out. He's just like, like it, and I think that's again kind of over the top in that it's like it makes them seem like soulless money grubbers, obviously. Oh, Old Detroit has a cancer. The cancer is is like, okay, dude, be more condescending.
That is like some speeches that have recently come from the White House press room.
What he said. It's like, except the difference is it's not the crime. Well, it is crime and criminals like that they're using rhetoric for, but it's mostly like brown criminal. It's like those illegal immigrants are coming in and doing crimes. The only yeah, so uh, I, I, I
Who's it?
I don't know. I like this movie, but it also depresses me. I think I'm going to be mentioning that a lot. How I'm like the parallels.
I suppose maybe that's it. Maybe that's where we get a difference between this and Starship Troopers. Starship Troopers is still kind of fun, and we can enjoy the satire that's doing. This one, at least right now, is it's too close to home.
Hmm. Yeah, and it very easily could be this way where we like arm the ISS with like a laser gun. We end up having, or corporate sponsored police forces, or we have, straight up RoboCops like Roman. Like in my city, they're talking about having more police drones just flying around, just patrolling places, and I'm just like,
Great.
oh no.
And we got the robot dogs on the way. It's being used in some places. Yeah, tons of fun. It could never
Yep,
be abused. It'll work perfectly every single time. Everyone knows that.
exactly. Well, we will never get Terminator or this, yeah, because Ed 209 is also like that. That would terrify me if I saw one of those just walking down the street. So, so I'm curious. Did you ever watch the remake of this movie, the 2011 or 2012 RoboCop?
I haven't seen it. No, I've heard a few people talk about it, and essentially about how it just doesn't work. Um,
Mhm. I think it. I think
there are
it
some
tries.
things that I
Yeah.
know happened that were kind of interesting. Like they do some cool effects stuff in terms of like they show what's left of Murphy in that movie, and it's
Mhm.
like one lung, his head, like some nerves that connect to a hand, like
Mhm.
it, which I think is a cool thing to do. Um, but no, I was no one needed a RoboCop remake, and I wasn't particularly interested in checking it out.
Agreed. But it's kind of the reason I'm bringing it up is because it's kind of cool because in there they have a reference like where it makes it seem like they have RoboCops all over the place. So Ed 209 is just patrolling the streets of Afghanistan, and it's like, oh yeah, OCP. We don't just do police for it; we do military stuff too. And yeah, like there's a whole thing where like a dude like suicide bombs and they try to blow up Ed 209, and Ed 209 ends up like shooting one of the guy's kids.
Oh sure,
Like, oh yeah, no, they go a little over the top with that one. Oh, so here we go. Oh, you now have 10 seconds to comply. Oh, 15.
I love this like the stop motion for Ed 209. I think is fantastic. I
Mhm.
I love it as a solution just in terms of special effects of like there's actually like a lot of interesting work going on here. Like obviously having the footage of the stop motion animation. Sorry,
Oh, here
this
we go.
this is good. You are right. It's very good.
It's ridiculous. So, yeah, and again, this guy is just sitting there just like he watched the whole thing, like, completely unfazed. So, that does make a question, though. If what happens if he were to jump behind someone, would Ed 209 stop, or would it just keep on firing?
I think it would keep on firing. Yeah, that
Oh,
that's the image I get.
that's probably true. I mean, I like how this whole thing, the guy didn't think to run out of the room, go down some stairs, like, he didn't think to do any of the things that probably could have saved him.
Interesting. Patrick's put a couple of interesting things in the chat. One of them being that Phil Tippett, who did the Imperial Walkers, did the Ed 209 stop motion.
Oh, that's cool.
It's really cool to know. I also like it bringing up the Bob Hoskins Super Mario movie has a fucked up parallel to the first election of 45. Which I like what with President Cooper. Or is it more about the other plumbers and how they're tied into the sort of real estate conglomerate in New York that is messing with everything, and they're messing up the archaeology dig. Patrick, give me more details.
I thought it was because the Koopa ended up turned out to be like a lizard person in reality.
No, 45 came to stop the lizard people.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's gonna drain the swamp. I'm
Yeah.
still waiting for it to happen. It's like, but yeah. So, anywho, I kind of forgot. Yeah, like they fucked up. Ed 209 has a glitch, and yeah, the guy got yelled at. But oh, here we go. Okay, so he talks about like Murphy. He talks about why he's doing this is that he's trying to practice like this thing his kid likes from a show called TJ Laser, and that I think that's a reference to TJ Hooker.
Yeah, the William Shatner show.
Yeah, which I think is great that they think that in the future there's going to be like a remake or like a futuristic version of that show.
And you know it's from the future because it's called TJ Laser. Nice.
Yeah, and he has a laser gun, and he spins around just like it comes around later. Shows he's still human, Harrison, because even when he's RoboCop, he still has the spinning thing.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, that's true. One of the things that I really like about RoboCop is that it has a very similar vibe to a lot of the 2000 AD comics, and particular Judge Dredd. Like even the thing with Ed 209, like firing through people and being overly literal with his orders is very Judge Dredd, and that whole comic series is a very similar thing. You know, like how even though Judge Dredd is our hero and people have come to very much love the character of Judge Dredd, he is a satire himself. You know, he is not corrupt necessarily, but he's a cop who has too much power and should not be judge, jury, and executioner rolled into one, but he is.
Yeah, and like that whole kind of thing. Like, I mean, maybe not Judge Dredd himself, but the judges by as a concept are kind of a bad thing.
Yeah. They're a sort of naturally corrupt thing because you're just leaving it down to the judgment of a person.
Oh dear God, what is this, Call of Duty? Like that is the most BS. Like,
I remember this from the last time I saw it, going like, "Holy shit, that's the dad from Twin Peaks." I can never get over it. I'm just like, what are you doing here? It's supposed to be off. You're supposed to be off going crazy because your daughter died.
Oh,
something Palmer. What was that character's name?
Yeah, I'm not sure. See, so Patrick also asked, Harry, Gilbert has never heard of it. Have you seen Buckaroo Banzai? And would you agree that it is a treasure even if it has bad musical performance?
I haven't seen it. I've heard this name, but I don't know what it is. So I'm sorry. Sorry, Patrick, but I can't join you on this one.
Oh, what an asshole. He just tossed him. I mean, I guess in theory that would make you slightly faster, but like how much you're still in a giant van. Like how much faster do you think you're going to go?
Yeah, I guess the idea more is to try and slow down the cops and make them deal with the body.
Oh, so yeah, now we're gonna have two extremely bloody, like over the top deaths within like 5 minutes of each other.
I think it's interesting this because like I don't know whether it's just the idea that Starship Troopers was supposed to be for a wider audience, so they didn't want it to be quite as bloody and visceral as RoboCop is, or is it like a product of the times when you couldn't put out a movie quite so bloody like 10 years later from when this came out?
Yeah, no, so I think that's exactly what it was, is that like he was trying, like, also if you're trying to get it to like more general audiences, which again, it's not like Starship Troopers is by no means a kitsch movie, but you could show it to like a 13-year-old or like a teenager. So I think if you're trying to get more general audiences versus this, which is very much like in the 90s and later on, it became like this is like a hard R movie.
Oh yeah. It's obviously a hard R. That guy's taking a piss. You wouldn't do that
I
in
mean,
like
we
a
saw
regular family film.
we saw boobs at the beginning of this. We saw a woman changing in the locker room with all the guys. We see boobs later, and we see hard cocaine use. So yeah, this is very much like a not a kids movie. So I'm like, I think that's what it was. Is that later audience, like the later movies, are just like they're trying to get it more for like younger or more adolescent audiences versus this one, which is more like adult.
I do find
Very
it
clearly.
fascinating when movies do this, when they start out with something very much geared for adults, but there's something within it that just kids love.
It just resonates.
Yeah, the kids are just so into, and it seemed to happen a lot in the 80s. Like you had RoboCop doing it. Again, sometimes it seems to be because they chose to then make cartoons. I don't know which came first, kids loving it or people were just making cartoons out of stuff. Because to be fair, RoboCop does sound like a bad cartoon idea. Of like, hey, we remade this guy, and especially when you consider that if you write it down on paper, this sounds like, oh, what? It's like a weird update of the $6 million man. Like he dies, we rebuild him, he has adventures. Like, yeah, sure, we'll make toys of that and we'll put it out for kids.
Mm.
I remember they did it with Highlander as well. Like I remember very specifically watching the Highlander cartoon.
A Highlander cartoon? What is
Do
with
you not know?
what was the 80s? My God.
I don't know. They just loved it. They were like anything that could be a cartoon. There was I'm trying to remember. I can't remember if it happened or if it was going to happen then didn't. But there was an Aliens cartoon.
There's no way there was an Aliens cartoon. I got it. Okay.
Operation Aliens? Is that it?
All right, Ridley Scott Alien. Ridley Scott Alien cartoon.
That's a comic.
Yeah, no, I don't. I see YouTube fan made stuff, but nothing that was like a cartoon. That'd be wild if they made Aliens into a cartoon. Okay, so yeah, Aaron says I love this as a kid, but mostly my family was around Detroit, so he had like a connection to it. But the cartoon did push them and to make it less adult oriented. I mean, I feel like that was true of everything. Like the Ninja Turtles did that, Ghostbusters did that, RoboCop obviously. Like if they made a Starship Troopers like Saturday morning cartoon, I would not have been surprised. Oh, you're fucked. He's in.
So I'm just checking this out because there was a thing called Operation Aliens, and Kenner was involved. They produced 3 animated commercials that would have been used to promote the Aliens toy line, depicting the colonial Marines fighting against the aliens in a battle for control. But I think it seemed to have fallen apart.
Okay, so they made a cartoon just for the like commercials.
That
like
might be what it was. Oh yeah. Let's see if I can open this up and.
So the messed up thing about this is that the reason I think they said that Murphy came to Detroit is because he was replacing the cop that literally just died.
Oh, that was it. Just that shot. They shoot his hand, and it explodes like it's made out of Jello.
It's because it probably was
similar to like the head blowing up in Scanners.
Yeah, it's like it makes it seem like it's you have to get a blood bag, but in reality, yeah, there'd be like bone and viscera and like other shit as opposed to just blood.
Oh, Aaron's talking about some other cartoons. So the 80s had Fire and Ice as a cartoon movie. Yeah, man, Fire and Ice. And just anything Ralph Bakshi did.
I think this one's a little better. All right, so I'm gonna say I think this one's better because he screams louder. Like the other guy, he just kind of laid down and went like and convulsed. This dude Murphy, he's actually like like he's trying to sell it that he's in pain.
I also had the thing that I'm sure lots of people did where I'd seen this years went by without me watching it. In that time, I watched That 70s Show, came back to it, and I was like, wait, why is Red Foreman in this? And why does he look exactly the same?
I mentioned that earlier. That it's like when he first came up, I'm like, hey, look, it's Red Foreman. But yeah, no, it's a weird thing if you've seen That 70s Show for like he's kind of the same guy, just lesser. Like he's not as extreme. Red Foreman never pulled out a gun and shot anybody. But
no, but like there are things in that show that suggest he did at some point.
Turns out that this is what he was doing before.
Yeah, I was like, unfortunately, the timelines don't work out, but like maybe that's it. Like maybe he survives this movie by going back in time and becoming a family man in the 70s.
Actually, I'm curious. When does RoboCop? I have to Google this. When does RoboCop take place? With some sources citing it as late 1990s, and others saying it's like the year 2014. Okay, so first of all, if this is the year 2014, we missed a lot of shit. mostly robotics and automation, but yeah.
Do you know what I watched recently? I watched The Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger because Edgar Wright's doing this new version of The Running Man. The Running Man's set in 2017. And like we spent the entire movie just going like, oh yeah, no, it was 2017. Do you remember when we were all doing that in 2017? When like there was just people like being murdered on the TV? I remember that.
Remember we were all just trying to kill Arnie? Are you gonna go see the new one, do you think?
Oh yeah, I'll see it because like I love the work of Edgar Wright, so I think he'll make a good movie. I know it's gonna be very different from the Arnie Running Man. One of the things I loved watching that movie again was I just had so much fun going and finding out every time I saw a new character on thing, just going like, is that also a professional wrestler? And then looking them up, and the vast majority were. So like, especially like all the stalkers who are chasing after Arnie are all like professional wrestlers, basically, or professional weightlifters. I think Buzzsaw was a pro deadlifter.
Because you know what, I mean, let's get him because he'll be a good actor.
Well, and it's like okay, we have to get people who can stand up to Arnold Schwarzenegger. I guess they all have to be giant men. We have to just find a series of giants to fight him.
I think that's kind of like that was kind of like anytime you see a wrestler, they're really only there because they're a big guy, and it's like we need someone who looks intimidating.
Yeah, now they're all in their family movies and shit. It's fucking bullshit, man.
Is he? I mean, Arnie's still he's still doing action. Well, I saw him in a couple action films.
Arnie is, yeah. No, it's like the wrestler thing now is to like be in Disney and shit,
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, that's Dwayne Johnson. I what's his name? Freaking John Cena. Yeah, he's doing action stuff kind of still. He's doing DC.
Yeah, they're doing good things, but I don't know. I kind of missed the like 80s slightly exploitation sort of action movies that starred wrestlers. It was quite fun. And to be fair, it did all start back in the 80s because like Jesus Christ, the shit that Hulk Hogan made.
All right, now I need to Google Hulk Hogan movies.
Oh man, yeah, Mr. Nanny and My Dad the Spy, all that shit, dude. It's
yeah, okay, Mr. Suburban Commando. Santa with muscles? What?
Sounds about right.
So I want to talk about this, but all right. So Alex Murphy's death scene, he shoots his hand, it explodes. They shoot him like 20 times in the chest, and when we just see him in the hospital, his chest is still intact. I'm like, bullshit. Like shotguns, like if you shot someone 20 times in the chest with a shotgun, there would be not a chest left.
Yeah. What's that? There's that really nice line in Breaking Bad, I think, when Hank gets attacked and the guys who attack him, he slams his car into one of them, and there's a moment where one of the surgeons says, "This guy's leg is like a bag of wet gravel," and that's all of Murphy right now. He is chips of bone held together by a thin lace of skin.
Yeah, he is human soup right now. Like, so yeah, I'm like, I like the time lapse thing. It lets you know it's like, oh look, they have balloons and streamers because it's New Year's. Like he was in there for like a year. Which what do they expect to happen? And is his body supposed to be like like repairing, like healing, or like, what is happening over this time that could not happen like quicker?
Yeah, I sort of get it. It's like they're sort of keeping him alive while they're working on all the other bits of him, and every
Okay,
now and then they're like test him to see if he's still like functioning. Like turn him on and go like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. Going back to Edgar Wright, there's a big pastiche of this in an episode of Spaced, where they're
oh
making like robots for a BattleBot style competition, and so
oh,
the
and
start of the episode is this moment of like while they're making their robot.
it, so I like how yeah again if this is supposed to be like 2017, I like how they're still using the fucking like the tube TV whatever the hell those lines on the TV vision.
At this point, I'm going to be really sad if, for whatever, yeah, maybe there'll be like some cataclysm in the next like 10 years or something that'll just stop all LCD and plasma screens working, and we'll have to go back to CRT TVs.
CRT. Okay,
And
that's the one.
finally, we can go back and we can start having the future that Alien promised us. Well, the every single like futuristic thing back then showed us like they didn't have any other screens, but they needed screens, so everything's giant monitors.
hmm Like yeah, like they didn't have LCDs, but like so everything is CRTs or everything is like giant computers that would fill up a room, even though it's supposed to be like an AI that is super advanced or some shit.
Yeah, every starship runs with computers that can only display text, or
Exactly.
maybe like a dot matrix, like just lines, like it's Tron.
hmm Still having to
So
code shit.
there is something that I'm going to be kind of looking out for now that we're doing this, because I heard someone mention it when they were talking about RoboCop in like a podcast or something, and I thought it was fascinating. Is that I forget the actor's name, but he did a lot of work on how to move as RoboCop,
Oh, Peter
and
Weller.
like yeah, well, and like there's interesting things he does. Like if he turns, his head turns first, and then his body follows him.
Mm. Yeah, I know. I know what you mean. So I don't know how accurate this is. My buddy, he used to work in the film industry for a while, and I guess there's a rumor about this that apparently Peter Weller is like the biggest diva to have to work with. Like, I guess he's just like the most annoying guy because he wants everything his way, and he has to. And I guess his like acting choices are all like he doesn't give a fuck what the director says. He's just gonna do whatever he wants.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Okay. I've heard a story about him throwing a bit of a tantrum about Oreos.
I don't know that. Yeah, I haven't heard that story, but I'm sure that there's yeah. I would not be surprised.
It was something like a grip or someone like that that was stood near him while he was waiting for a shot to begin, had Oreos. And he was like, "Give me one of them Oreos." And the guy was like, "No, they're my Oreos." And he stopped filming until he got an Oreo.
Yeah, no, don't. Well, that said, that I bet you that key grip got fired, or he didn't. He never worked in Hollywood again because Peter Weller said, "Fuck that guy! He didn't give me an Oreo."
Yeah, he freaked out even more than Christian Bale did.
For the guy walking around in the background. So I don't know, I think this is. I think I already know the answer, but would you want to be RoboCop? Like considering everything,
Would I want to be RoboCop? I
like
don't.
considering everything he has to go through.
Yeah, I don't think so. No. Um, yeah, I feel like if I was the problem with being RoboCop is that like a lot of the things I enjoy in life require me to not be RoboCop.
That is true. I think I agree with that one. Also, all of those cops they need to get their I was gonna say their license removed. They need to get their badge removed because they all just did the stupidest thing. Their heads went over the line of fire. Like because it's impressive what he's doing. He's firing like with major accuracy, but everyone just went like while he was still firing, went and like poked their head over the fucking range, and I'm like, what the dude? That is like the one thing you don't do. You are all police officers. Shame on you.
I am a fan. I remember as a kid, I knew someone who had like a toy version of the RoboCop gun, and it's just a really cool looking gun.
Hmm. I've had it modded into my Fallout games before.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun to fuck around with.
He needs a car.
I'm gonna be honest. Like iconic as it may be, his car is kind of lame. Like the OCP like Detroit Cruiser is kind of lame.
It's just a car.
Yeah, it's
like he doesn't get like the special RoboCop car. Like this ain't a Batmobile. He's just like, oh no, he's just in a car.
I mean, shouldn't he though? Like at least say what you want about the remake. At least they gave him like a special motorcycle.
Like it would make sense. I mean, for sure, Peter Weller couldn't get into the car in that costume.
Also, it's just a normal car. It's just kind of lame. I'm like, it's not even like a souped up version of their car. It's just like, no, you just get a normal cruiser.
No, yeah, he's just going around in the Bluesmobile.
Whoa, that is it. Again, over the top acting, over the top like satirical, but that is like insane. Like no one's robbing a store with an Uzi.
It looks like one of those like a weapon that I've seen in Band of Brothers. It looks like what the Germans were carrying.
Yeah, it's like a World War II era like machine gun. I'm like, that is way too much to be robbing this little like gas station.
Weirdly, does remind me again of we mentioned it earlier, Patrick, talking about the Super Mario Brothers movie. There are sort of stupid moments in that. There's like the whole section where this nice old granny attacks them with like a future taser, like cattle prod sort of thing. I just love that everyone has these over the top ridiculous weapons on them.
So, okay, according to Patrick said he had a mime instructor work through the way to move like a robot.
They're in the documentary that you mentioned, and you said you might post on Discord. I see. Oh, thank you, Patrick.
Did you see that they made a RoboCop video game?
Yes, like, yeah, a while back. Yeah, apparently it was really good. I heard very good things, but I haven't had a chance to play it myself yet.
I kind of want to check it out just to see it, like, because I heard the same thing. It was like really good and I guess really awesome gameplay that was like true to the source material,
Here's my thing. This often happens in movies like these where we want to have like, the world has gone insane, crime is running the streets, but there are always still people dressed like this in this city that has fallen to the dogs and has ridiculous punk characters running around. I'm like, where is she getting her hair done? Who's still like doing that hair, selling those outfits in this version of Detroit?
I mean, also, this is just me, but if you have roving gangs of like, leather / denim clad dudes running around like with knives, why are you just walking the streets at night? Like, what is wrong with you? Nice. Shot him in the dick.
The infamous scene.
Your move, creep. So yeah, but if you have like the bands of warriors like roaming the streets, you should not be running around, lady. You need to get the hell out of there.
Thank you for mentioning warriors, because I was thinking that as well. Like, goddamn, warriors set up such unreasonable expectations for street gangs for me. Like,
see, personally, it was a Clockwork Orange for me. I'm like, I expected street gangs to be walking around in onesies with those weird little like fucking like athletic cups.
No one's themed anymore.
Yeah, straight up.
Why? That's what I want. I want everyone to be going around like it's Batman Beyond. Like I want to see like the Joker gang, and I want to see like all the other stuff.
Yeah, like whatever happened to coordinating your uniforms, guys? like, and being a henchman.
Yes, I know exactly like where you're from. At least
Yeah.
like, you know, the Crips and the Bloods are like color coded. At least they respect us
It's
enough
like,
for that.
or what to book them with based off of like what. Oh, you're look at this guy. He's wearing a question mark. Okay, clearly he was part of the you know the bridge bombing
Yeah, yeah.
because that's what the Riddler was doing.
I do like that though. Like, there's like these criminal, like, or you know, ex-cons who've come out and they've like, you know, got their GED in prison and they're trying to clean their life up and they're having to get their tattoos, their question mark tattoos removed.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, he has a question mark teardrop. That was a different time. I was a different guy. I found Jesus, and like I you know.
Someone should make that comic. That should be made. American History J.
So yeah, it's just like reformed Joker villains or
Yeah.
Joker henchmen.
Yes, Joker henchman just like trying to stop his little brother from going into the same life that he did.
Okay, see this part, I was gonna say, like, this might be over the top, but actually, you know what? I could absolutely believe someone hijacking a government building with this he literally has an Uzi right here. I'm like, that's just America.
Everyone has some level of submachine gun.
Well, yeah, no. So the reason I said it's like I've heard of I live in New Mexico, so I've heard of a lot of like gas stations getting knocked over. But most of the time, like I would say 50% of the time, maybe they're like the guy just has a BB gun. Like he literally just has a BB gun that's been painted black so it looks like a gun. But
Mhm.
in this case, I'm like, yeah, no, I could see a dude like knocking over a government building because he got fired.
I've heard of this. So is this a true thing? Like a BB gun or any form of toy gun must not look like a real gun in the States.
Yeah, so we have
Is
to.
that
It has to
correct?
have an orange tip on it, or like some kind of has to have like bright colors or something. There's some way to signify that it is obviously not a real one. But
Okay.
even then, if you get caught, it's still like I think it's a still battery or assault with a deadly weapon. If you try to mug someone with it,
Here's me that I have like a BB shotgun somewhere, but I have no idea where it is because I was about to grab it and show you it. Huh, no, because like yeah, we're not ridiculous out here, but we are a little bit of the wild west when it comes to BB guns around here. BB guns are weird
yeah.
to get weirdly easy to get hold of, and just I think it's because everyone knows you don't have a gun, so they just look like guns.
Mm-hmm. See, yeah, just I guess I guess that makes sense. Is that everyone just assumes that it's like, oh, you can't get guns in the UK. Why would we worry about that? Oh God. Pakistan is things things that Israel says. Oh, now we have Harrison dropped out again.
What?
Nuke
Okay,
him
I'm gone.
again. Give it like 5 years. That's exactly what that's going to be. Oh, all right, he's back.
Okay, that was weird. You said I dropped out, and I'm like, I'm here. What? What happened?
Okay. Maybe it looked for a second there. It looked like your screen was just like disappeared. Maybe it was mine.
Okay, cool.
But at any rate, yeah. So that I like the Nukem game. I'm like, again, give it a few years. That's going to be a top seller in America.
I mean, to be fair, like we already have a series of games where you can drop tactical nukes as much as you bloody well like, or various other things, and also like Fallout, where you can just go like, nah, let's destroy that town.
Unless you're in Japan, the Japanese version doesn't allow that. Like apparently they specifically took that like ability out of their version of Fallout 3 because they're just like, no, we're not going to let you bomb a civilian population.
Yeah, I can see why the Japanese might have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Patrick, I haven't seen Threads. It's on my list of things to see at some point. I know of it. I have read When the Wind Blows, which is a deeply depressing nuclear story by a cartoon or comic writer in the UK who also like invented things like Fungus the Bogeyman and Father Christmas stories and the Snowman and all sorts of nice cuddly stuff. And then he wrote this story about an old couple slowly dying after a nuclear attack.
I think I've heard of that. There's an animation of that, of like they think they're gonna be fine, but they get sicker and sicker and they don't realize that it's like
Yeah.
there's radiation killing them.
Yes, yeah, I think there is an animation. I haven't seen that, but I've been given the book a couple of times.
Okay, because that sounds extremely familiar to me. So yeah, I don't remember exactly what was. I know he was talking shit about his boss, and then this scene happens. But I'm like, yeah, I guess it's kind of sad. So I think this is where I'm at with. I think that Starship Troopers is more iconic because I actually remember not watched it over like 10 years. I still remember the plot. This one, I'm just like, wait, why are they fighting again? Why do they not like each other?
True. I suppose it depends on how you're measuring. I feel like RoboCop is such an iconic image, and that like RoboCop, everyone knows the sort of bare minimum, like the basic premise of RoboCop without having ever seen it. It is so it's such a piece of pop culture that everyone recognizes it. But you probably take more away from watching Starship Troopers than you would RoboCop.
Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right on that one. Like, but as far as like RoboCop being more like iconic, as far as like the look, and because you see that silhouette, you see the silver and black and all that, and him with the gun, like you know exactly what you're talking about right then and there. Versus Starship Troopers, like that armor has been used in like 4 different things across different like sci-fi projects.
Yeah, it's not like it's not a great iconic design that you're always going to remember. Although I think the bugs, the main bugs are quite iconic, and I think people might recognize them.
Ed 209, that too. I would say that Ed 209 is probably one of the most iconic robots in sci-fi history. Like, eat your heart out, R2.
Oh, I see. Okay, so Patrick's explaining it for us. The thing being, one of them is pushing RoboCop, the other wants Ed 209 to be the future of policing.
Oh,
thank you, Patrick.
Can't you just push them both? Can't you have humanoid like cyborgs and your creepy guard dog?
I feel like you kind of need both because, like, I don't know how often. Like, does it have to be someone who was a cop in their regular life before they die and then get turned into a robot to be RoboCop? Or can you just turn anyone into a RoboCop?
Yeah, see, could I just, choose to be a RoboCop? Like, you take parts out of me and make me all robo-y, and then I just join the police force then? Or do I have to be a police officer beforehand?
There's a messed up thing in, I think it's, okay, I'm asking this. I think it's XCOM Enemy Unknown, but there's an expansion for that game where you can make mech soldiers. But the way you do that is you like cut off their arms and legs. Like you make their body into a robot body so it can then fit inside the giant mech suit and like connect with it.
Oh God, that's horrible.
I know, like, and it never sort of gets mentioned. It's only like by visuals that you can see, like, because like in that game you can zoom in when you're in your base and see what people are doing, like on their downtime, and you'll see them like working out, and they've just got entire robot bodies. It's like it seems pretty harsh because like I just feel maybe this is because I'm immature. I don't feel that it's okay to take away anyone. God, I'm trying to say this in the most polite way I can. I don't care what you get out of it. I think if you're like getting superpowers or whatever, I still think you want to keep the dick.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, and or like your ability to eat, your digestive tract, like those sort of things. Like, I'm like, nah, man. Like, nah, you can't take that away.
Yeah, like I still want to be able to eat. However, if we can take away the process that me having to sit on a toilet, I'm like I could take that away. Just make that just shit just get sucked out every now and then, or you just like refiltered or something. I don't know. Give some robot answer to shitting. But as far as like eating, sex, and then I don't know, sleep. I kind of like sleep.
Yeah. Patrick mentions that. He says Warhammer does that with some of the people to fit them into the control sarcophagus.
Nope,
yeah,
wouldn't do it.
like
Would not do it.
Warhammer's got that thing of like everything is awful in Warhammer. Like no matter what army you choose, whatever you like, they're all awful in their own ways. And yeah, the stuff they do to make dreadnoughts, where it's just like a dead body that's being kept alive for centuries just to keep this mech walking. It's intensely sad and awful. And then you go to the Chaos Space Marines, who the regular Space Marines, they're big mech guys who are dead bodies go to sleep for like years in between being used. The Chaos ones are just kept awake and just go more and more insane, trapped in their little box.
That sounds like hell. And see, I feel like just being a cyborg in general is just not a fun time. It's just it's probably not going to be as fun as like anyone makes it look, or any like sci-fi thing makes it look. Like Cyberpunk 2020 or 2077, that seems like it'd be hell on earth.
I think I could manage with being a cyborg from the knees down. Like, although to be fair, we knew a guy who was kind of referred to as a cyborg from the knees down, and then he shot his wife. So maybe it's not so great. I've forgotten that guy's name.
Yeah, I don't. I'm drawing a blank on that one. He's Oscar, like the Olympic runner or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Oscar Pistorius. That was it. That was it.
And see, I'm like, it's not great. But I mean, I don't think that the robot legs made him that way. I think it's just bad.
There's something else. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, bad example. But yeah, as far as like having robot limbs, I'm like, I don't know if it's like a Winter Soldier arm or something like that. I could maybe go for something like that. But if we're talking like we're gonna replace part of your head with robot parts, I'm like, nah, I'm good. Miss me with that.
I'd take an eye, maybe. I've seen some very cool things people have done, like on social media. There's a guy who he has one eye anyway, and he keeps making himself different like glass eyes, and one of them's a flashlight, and it is cool. Kind of dope.
I've seen a camera eye. I've seen like those before, where it's like actually like a recording like device that the dude puts in his eyeball, and I'm like, or in his eye socket, and I'm like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, like that'd be dope. If someone could give me eyes that zoom in, I might take that.
That would be cool. Damn. Okay, fair enough. Oh, we got Cyberman in here saying RoboCop always walks so epically. I feel like he's uncomfortable in that costume. I feel like he's walking that way because he has to, not because he wants to. Oh, here we go. Like, there's no way that he is actually like that's as high as his arm can raise. Oh, that was the iconic line. Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
Oh, the guy's slowly realizing. Wait,
how does he recognize his mouth or his
voice?
Maybe
the Batman
voice
theory,
like straight up, he would recognize Bruce Wayne right away if that's all it took. But
I never forget a set of lips.
That sounds like a very personal. Nah, but in all seriousness, though, I feel like I'm going to say probably the voice. That's what it's going to be. Is it like he recognized the dude, or also he did say that earlier. Is that the dead or alive? You're coming with me when he tried to arrest him the first time.
Okay, yeah. Aaron said the same thing in the chat. Yeah,
used the same line when he ended up killing him. So yeah.
Also, Aaron said, I wouldn't mind being able to replace my right arm so I don't lose use of it. It's got nerve damage, but I keep the rest of me normal. See, like that sort of thing. I mean, I'm not 100% against the cyborg concept. If it can get a bit. I mean, I don't know. There was a time when cyborgs were cool, and currently we're in this era of like Cyberpunk 2077 and all that sort of stuff, where it's like, no, you'll get addicted, and people won't be able to resist becoming more cyber. I don't know. I think people probably would just do stuff like that. It's like, I need this. Like, I need this to
Yeah.
work better.
Or I feel like there'd be laws or something like that that will only allow you to do stuff like that if you needed it. Like if you lose an arm, then you can get a robot arm. But until then, not too bad for you.
There's quite a cool movie that was, I think it's either called Repo or Repo Man, and it's got Jude Law and Forrest Whitaker in it.
Mm.
And the concept is about synthetic organs, and they're like,
oh yeah, Repo Man.
yeah, with their machines, and like their job is to repossess the organs when people can't pay for them anymore. There is also a musical called Repo the Genetic Opera, which has Anthony
Isn't that what that
Stewart
movie
Head.
is based off of? Is the original, like the opera?
It is
Like-
it okay, which would make sense. Although it's in terms of its story, I'd say it's a hell of a lot better than the opera. Repo the Genetic Opera is goth as fuck and kind of fun, but also super dumb.
Yep, Patrick is right. He's at Book of Boba Fett. The mods, they do it for fun. The modders, which again, that's just like it feels like rebellious. Like in that show, it was like rebellious teenagers getting tattoos. That's how Star Wars looks at like getting mods.
Yeah, I feel like that's a symptom of living on Tatooine. Like getting mods when you're a teenager on Tatooine is the equivalent of like doing whippets when you're a teenager in the Midwest.
You're just doing it because you got nothing. Like, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah, like it's either that or we do the chokeout game, or we do the plot of Flatliners.
So, what I think is interesting about this movie, and it's kind of funny that they do it in the next one as well. Like it's like almost shot for shot what like he solves his own murder, but I feel like what they I find it a little strange how well okay how am I trying to say this? So I find it interesting how the remake of the movie they do it a lot more. Like they really like hammer home like the the human aspect of like it makes him like less effective than other robots and shit like that. This one it doesn't have that problem. It's just like no, he also has human parts in him that they don't realize are there. Like I don't know. It doesn't seem like there's any real stakes to it in my mind. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. I can see what you mean. Yeah.
Like in the remake, it's just like, oh yeah, no. So him having human emotions and stuff makes him like he hesitates more, or he's not as effective as the fully automated like robots or the Ed 209s or whatever. So yeah, this one it just kind of makes it seem like, yeah, no, he still has human parts in him, but it's just kind of. I think yeah, like the what's it the problem with him in this movie is that he's like, being controlled by OCP and is like he can't arrest like what's it called like the high ranking officials.
Yeah, I think like the human emotions part. I don't know, or the fact that there's human bits to him, for me, sort of makes a lot of sense. I mean, maybe it's just because of the time that we're in now, and we're seeing so many automated systems that screw up or can't make very good judgment things, so always need some sort of human intervention. So it's like the cyborg angle is like, well, you build the human intervention into it, so it's always there instead of like Ed 209, like something goes wrong with him, and the only response is like, well, maybe we can get an engineer out to you in 2 hours. And like, okay, but he's killing he's killing the entire population of this middle school. Like maybe someone should do something now. Yeah, if we've got time. We're out on some calls already.
And see, so that's my thing here is that like if it would be cool if because later on when he has to arrest like one of the head guys, he can't because it's like, oh, I can't move against OCP personnel, and it requires the guy to fire him in order for him to shoot the dude. Like he's like, you're fired, and then suddenly he's like, thank you, and he shoots him in the head. And then like, okay, but it would be cool if like the human part of him was like, oh, well, this is wrong. I'm just gonna make a decision because I'm a human. Kind of thing. But he never does. It never has that kind of thing. It's just like his human part is just like him remembering that he had a wife and a kid.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what you mean. Yeah, have a sort of like you've got to break through the programming sort of moment.
Yeah, and it has that in the new one, which I think is kind of cool. That they expand on this a little more. But yeah, so.
Ooh. Aaron's got to go. Aaron is has got to cook pineapple upside down cake for a late Thanksgiving.
Oh, very nice. Well,
Mm.
enjoy that. I hope you have fun, and yeah, enjoy your dinner with what I'm assuming family and or friends.
And Patrick said Repo Man with Emilio Estevez is a well-loved classic for good reason. There's too many Repo movies. I've like there are too many of them out there. I don't know which one that I'm talking about when I'm trying to remember these various films.
This was great. He just knocked the gun out of the hand. Some guy caught the gun and then kept on dancing with it. That was
sure. I got this now.
I mean, I was at a rave one time and I got thrown a body pillow case. It literally just smacked me in the face, and I'm just like, oh, cool. So I'm like, I guess, shit happens. Oh, here we go. We get another iconic line about to come up.
Oh damn. Oh damn.
So yeah, no, I can't personally. I cannot imagine why someone would watch this movie and not think to make a cartoon. It's like, just this scene right here just screams, "Hey guys, let's put a kids cartoon on Saturday morning." Nice. Seems like a waste of cocaine, but nice. Like, I don't know, man. I've never done cocaine, so I don't know. Hey! It was a free pillowcase. I never used it, but I definitely kept it.
To be fair, I'm kind of with you on that. I have been known to. It's great when you get to come back from a night out with like things you found.
Exactly.
Or sometimes things you've stolen. I have stolen pint glasses from bars a few times.
It's fun.
Or, yeah, or like when you're out there and you find something on the street and he's like, "This is my hat now. Now I own this hat." Bitches leave.
Yeah, so I'm like, same thing. I'm like, I've walked away with. I hesitate to say stolen things, but yeah, no, I've walked away with things that I've like acquired or found at bars or at places like, yeah. It's always kind of fun to go to have a night out and then you find something you didn't. Everything's a come up, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Exactly. No, absolutely. And there are things that I have owned for years that were finds in like I don't know. I suppose you call it dumpster diving there, but it's not a dumpster; it's a skip, which is a hard thing. But like when people are clearing out, like say there's a demolition or something happening, and the huge metal containers that are just filled with rubble or items from inside a house, and I and many people I know love going and finding the stuff that's like come out of a condemned office building. Chairs, like furniture. I've got power tools out of them. It's awesome.
Zippos, bouncy balls, etc. Yeah, I can see that. I want to talk. What is with this TV setup? He's got like 9 different TVs around his room, and they'd like no one would be watching. Like his VCR has 3 monitors all in it, like next to it.
Yeah, so everyone at the party gets to see it, or like if you go and get a drink, you could just switch to watching the other screen.
Yeah, and then like behind on the opposite wall is like one of his load-bearing pillars is a fucking TV. It's like what is this like futuristic bullshit?
That was a thing that a lot of media like in the 80s and 90s told me was going to happen. Was that people would have like entire walls of monitors that would all make up into one big monitor.
Yeah, see, I'm like, they did that in the Back to the Future thing too, where he's watching like 4 different screens, and I'm like, that's just we do picture in picture, but I'm like, I don't know anyone who actually watches like 2 different TVs at once.
I used to have a setup when I was a teenager, a bit like that, where I had a TV for playing games, and then I had a TV for playing movies, and they were next to each other.
Okay, but did you play games while you were watching a movie?
Yes.
Oh, okay, well,
yeah, because it came from like playing video games, being sick and tired of just listening to the video game music. So then like that we had like a small like travel size sort of TV. I moved it to my room, and then like it had a VHS player built into it, and I just watched movies.
Fahrenheit 451 wall TVs. You need more than one. I I guess. I don't know. I mean, I have a monitor here and a monitor right here, but that's more for utility purposes of like moving shit around on my screen.
Yeah, I mean, like these days now, it's just like my phone. Like while I'm playing a video game, I'm listening to a podcast, or I've got YouTube running on my phone now. So I have my permanent screen with me.
See, that's another thing. No smart devices. Not one person. Not one person's on their iPhone in this movie. Bullshit.
That's what happened in 2014. Everyone forgot that we had smartphones. Don't you remember this, Gilbert? Don't you remember like that year in 2014 where we all went up, we all like became like really screen time conscious. We stopped using smartphones. We all went back to CRTs, and Detroit became a war zone.
Yeah. It was right around the time where the Predator showed up and started killing all those dudes in LA as well.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I do remember that. And there was that cop that looked a lot like Danny Glover, and I was like, "Damn, he's doing so good for himself." Has anyone told him he looks like the guy from Lethal Weapon?
Oh, here we go. Get an awesome shootout scene. You know, for a movie called RoboCop, there's really very little like action. There's like I think all of like 2 action scenes, and then like a couple of, like he arrests one guy. Like there's the gas station blows up, but still though, yeah, there's really not a lot of action in this movie.
It's the way with so many films, so many like films that you remember, like, oh yeah, it's cool, it's got all this stuff happening, and then you go back to it and like, oh no, they don't do much. Like it's a lot of more people talking than I remember. But you've
Yeah,
got to
it's
keep
like
that budget down somehow.
it's like yeah, no, I'm willing to bet they probably sank a lot of money into this costume, but and also all the squibs that they had to fire for the like guns. But still, just the same though, I'm like, damn man, there's a lot of talking in this movie.
It's even probably just shooting days. It's like this whole bit all in this warehouse was probably a long, long time. Each
Oh,
one of
that's
these reaction shots like has to be set up to then
hmm.
do it for each guy's death. And it's like, right, this is like multiple days. And then everything else has to be fast. So it has to be stuff in offices where people are just standing around.
Yeah, that I suppose that is true. Like this is probably like like yeah, the stuff in the offices, the stuff where they're just sitting around like bitching at each other, just talking. That's probably like the easiest thing to film. Versus this is like you're right. There's a million different reaction shots. There's a million different like things he has to do, and they have to set it up where it's like, okay, well we have to remember these guys were standing over here, this guy was over there, and because they're shooting it from like various different angles and whatnot. So
So
yeah,
like
no,
even like that guy who went flying backwards into boxes, like, okay, let's do another take of that. Like reset the boxes, reset the cord that's going to pull him backwards.
oh god. How pissed would you be if you had to do this multiple times where you're the guy who has to get shot and it's like they have to set up a blood pack and a new costume every single time?
Yeah, I would be quite annoyed. I've heard it from a few people in the industry saying that like a lot of filming, and I imagine you know about this as well. A lot of it is just waiting.
Yeah. Like the few times I did extra work, it was mostly just sitting and waiting, and then they had to set it. It's like they did like 10 minutes of shooting, and it's like, all right, great, we got it. Now let's move the camera over here over the next 2 hours. So yeah, so I can't imagine that like that action scene with all the different cuts, all the different camera angles, and everything that was going on. I bet you it was probably like that probably took the most money for this entire movie.
Yeah, it was going to be a harsh shoot for all that bit.
Police brutality, by the way. Like just because he's reading him his Miranda rights doesn't mean he's not being a brutal. Like they tried to shoot him, but there's a lot of things in here like, oh well, yeah, these are drug dealers, they're bad guys, like they killed him, so they're evil clearly. But it's like, yeah, no, that doesn't change the fact that this is all very much civil rights violations.
Well, that's one of the interesting things that you think about with like it comes up a lot in stories about like this, of say like mechanizing cops and having robots like Ed 209 going around that, oh, they just kill people, they're just brutal. But presumably a robot would be way more like it's not going to lose its temper, it's not going to take revenge. So presumably a robot would be much more like, okay, I have you now, you are now immediately tied up, and
Yeah.
I will follow every single rule there is.
Yeah, like if you spit on a robot, it's probably not gonna like punch you in the head as a like in retribution.
Yeah, it's not going to be mad at you because like it doesn't like the facial expression you have on.
True.
Or I feel like a robot is not going to use the "you're stiffening your arms" as an excuse quite as much.
Yeah, or like, oh, stop grabbing for my weapon. Like he's not the robot's not going to accuse you of trying to grab for its gun.
Yeah.
What I think is, yeah, like although it may be like Ed 209 where it's just like it tells you to like stay still or like freeze, and you move even the slightest bit, and then it knocks you to the ground.
I wonder whether like it would end up being a bit like watching people on YouTube tell you like strategies for Dark Souls. It start being things like, like, well, the Ed 209. So if you catch it while it's turning, you actually get like 3 iframes during that moment. So if you can within those frames, like just push it over, then it's perfectly legal. It doesn't realize you've done that. But you've got to be careful because the hitbox for you trying to grab its weapon is about 4 inches wide. So you've got to make sure your hand is nowhere near that box.
That's yeah. See, that'd be crazy to have to try to like get around the system. So yeah, but I'm like, I don't know, man. I think about Andor. I think about that scene in Andor where he tells him to just hold him there, like hold him here, and the robot picks him up by the neck and holds him, like literally just holds him right there.
Oh yeah.
Like, because yeah, if they get too literal with it, I'm just like, that's where it gets bad.
That feels very much like what's going to happen if robot cops are run by Chat GPT. God, why can't I speak today? Like, it's just going to take everything literally and misinterpret everything you say.
And technically, yeah, no, that it's like, sir, the robot was not being police or was not showing police brutality. The robot would have to be brutal. Like it had no emotion whatsoever. It's like it was following the law to the letter. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Now we gotta get the reveal that he's not allowed to arrest OCP guys.
Oh damn! They got you, RoboCop. I'm looking at the timer because we've got like another like half hour of this movie, and like it feels like the movie's coming to an end. Like you've had a big climactic action scene. He's going to confront the bad guy.
Yeah, we just need to pad it out for another. Like, I find it interesting that I thought this would be better because it's only like an hour 40. Like when you actually like time it out, I think it's like an hour 36 for like the full runtime of the movie. But yeah, no, it does feel like it kind of drags because it's like you said, like we had our climactic scene, and now it's like he confronts the big bad guy. This should be the end of it, but no, got to pad it out for another 20 minutes.
I do like Weller's in pain acting here.
Yeah. Yeah, robot. I don't know. Would he feel pain? He's a robot. Like he was.
Yeah, I don't know.
He still has human parts, but it's like his arm is not. It has no like nerves in it.
You made me think about whether he feels pain and like his nerves. Do you remember Darkman, the Sam Raimi movie?
Yeah, with Liam Neeson.
Yeah, Liam Neeson. And I remember that was one of those ones I'd seen as a kid, didn't really get, saw years later, and I was like, wait, so the whole idea is that they cut off all of his nerve endings and that gave him superpowers?
It's like that's not how that works.
This makes no sense.
Pretty sure there's a disease for that, like that you're like your nerve endings don't work and you don't register pain. But I'm like, that doesn't make you invincible.
There was a lady, I think she might be still. I can't remember if she's still around or not. Actually, she might. I think she is. But like a bit of her brain, like she had like a disease that calcified part of her brain, and as a result, she feels no fear.
That's I don't know. That seems like it'd be useful. Feel no fear.
Yeah,
because I mean, but also like at some points, like, does she still feel like self-preservation?
I think that's like she doesn't do stupid stuff. Like she knows that something would be stupid and it would potentially hurt her, but she doesn't. She isn't afraid of it. She's just like, no, I'm not going to walk out into traffic because I know that's a bad idea, and I won't get anything out. But she wouldn't be scared to do it. If that makes sense.
Okay, so I'm like, all right. So in that point, that's probably. I think that'd be a very useful. That's a useful power unto itself. Like you don't get scared from like a spider or like bugs or things, heights. You like just things that would scare normal people. You're just like, nah, I don't have the capability to feel that.
Yeah. That actually, the thing that I was listening to that was telling about it interviewed her, but they kept her identity a secret so that no one could try and come and take advantage of her.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Like, I
Ah,
wonder. Oh, here we go. The
the
most
Dalek
lame.
problem.
The Dalek. I thought Well, I suppose this is the new Doctor Who, but Daleks can fly.
Yeah, they couldn't go upstairs back in the day, and then that was a huge thing when that first Dalek floated up some stairs.
So I want did I like first of all, so I like how Ed 209 is screaming like a baby, like he's like squealing because he can't get back up. But also, did they ever like fix? I think in RoboCop 2, like Ed 209 becomes like the sidekick. So did they ever like fix the fact that he couldn't climb upstairs?
I don't know.
Because yeah, that just seems like a major like flaw. If you need like, how is he going to get up a building if the guy is like on the second floor?
Yeah, all crimes that happen outside of elevator access are legal.
He's a cop for God's. I'm like, in theory, these guys would know that because SWAT are cops too. Like,
Yeah.
uh,
Ah, man. Sorry, Murphy. Who would have thought this would happen twice?
although that armor is pretty great because it's just bouncing them bullets off like it's nothing.
Yeah, he's doing okay.
Like, and we saw that during the fight scene. Like his armor can take quite a bit of punch. I think it was only Ed 209 that actually like put holes in his armor.
Ah, right, okay.
It's just a little, just like a bit over the top, guys. I think that's the theme of this movie. We might as well just call it over the top cop.
It does have one of those things that a lot of action movies had for a while, where the, they thought that just a lot of guns going off was enough.
Mm.
Like all this is just a line of people going bang, 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 bang. And so this isn't exactly like a real action scene, guys. Like it's still kind of boring, even though there are so many guns going off.
Also, I feel like this is like this is your all is lost moment that you put in the middle of the movie that he has to come back for. Like this is one of those times, like halfway through the movie, he's trying to arrest the dude, and then he gets like, oh well, now he's public enemy number one, and he has to like repair himself and come back from. Like this feels like the middle of the movie. This is not the end, but we're
Yeah,
just about at the end here.
yeah. You want to have like his journey after this of like how does he prepare himself? How does he like figure out a way to take his justice?
Exactly. Maybe make the partner like a love interest or something like that. Like she nurses him back to health or like helps him rebuild himself or something. Like, come on, guys, this is movie telling or or storytelling 101.
And now is this another commercial? I'm guessing.
Yes. And I think I appreciate that they took the time and money to make a CG or a stop motion dinosaur for that.
Ah, do you remember in 2014 when everyone had hair like that?
Mm-hmm. Remember when the death laser launched and burnt a bunch? Like that's fun fact. That's what started the Palisades fire.
Oh,
Is
yes, it
the death
was.
laser in space? Jesus Christ! And again, the fact that that people hear that on the news that, oh yeah, no, the death laser, it malfunctioned, killed a bunch of people, and that's just a thing.
I do
Like,
know that is how something would go. They'd just be like, "Oh yeah, no, it just went wrong. Sorry about that."
it's like our bad. The BP, we're sorry.
There was a story recently of a woman who got in one of those Waymos, is it the driverless taxis,
Oh God, yeah.
and it malfunctioned and stopped at her destination, but didn't open the door, so she couldn't get out. But it thought she'd left, so then it just drove off with her locked in the car.
No, see, because that thing decides if it just wants to go drive off a cliff at that point. I'm like, you're fucked.
I mean, luckily for her, it just took her back to its depot to recharge. But yeah, like she had a job interview that she missed.
So that's the real cost of it. But no, but I'm just saying though, like, yeah, that's like a funny little like, oh, the robots. But in reality, it's like if just a malfunction or something, or if it's decided like, oh well, my navigation is wrong. It says your destination is here, but it turns out it slams you into a wall or something. Like that's and the fact that there's no like way to get out of that. I'm like, that's I don't like that.
Yeah, because like it didn't update to let you know that the bridge was out for like roadworks that day. Yeah.
Exactly. Like what happens then, or what happens? It drives into like an actual like construction area, or like where the road is being torn up to be repaved or something. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, because Google Maps does that to me. It'll be like, yeah, carry on your destination. I'm like, that road is closed. My guy, I can't do that.
It's like, no, it's not. You're lying. So yeah, no, I'm like, I don't. If nothing else, guys, we should learn that automation in is not always a good thing. Like it's great if you're like talking about like an assembly line, but it's not great if you're talking about policing or driving shit or like transportation.
Yeah, but anything that requires some element of judgment.
So yeah, I think what I'm trying to say is we need cyborg taxi drivers. Robo taxi.
There are some things I reckon you could automate. I reckon like it'd be nice if you could automate refueling your car. You could do that. I turn up, a thing like puts the fuel in for me. I don't have to get a guy to do it. I don't have to get out of my car to do it. It just gets done. I feel like that could happen.
Yeah, I'd be down for that. You drive up and the thing just kind of like and like an arm picks it up and puts it in your like. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but in Vegas, in Las Vegas, they have a like a automated bar, which literally you just walk up, you put it in a little tablet, like I want a rum and Coke. The thing pulls the rum and makes a whole drink in front of you for you, and then puts like an arm reaches out and puts the drink in front of you.
Okay.
And meanwhile, the human is sitting there just like, I can make a drink too. And we're like, nah, we don't give a fuck about you.
I'm here in case the robot goes wrong.
Basically, yeah. If the robot malfunctions, I'm here in a pinch.
I'm going to look at my phone until something goes wrong.
Yeah, but I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, I that's kind of cool. I guess I could understand like the automation for food or for like drink service, but I'm like, I don't know, man. Yeah, anything that requires like judgment, yeah, no, humans.
Yeah. Although to be fair, I've said that there are very little things that I want. Like I know everyone has this, but God damn it, give me people on the phone again. I need people on the phone. I'm sick to fucking death of talking to robots.
Wow, dude, a millennial who wants to talk to people on the phone, that is a rare.
When I call someone, this is such an old cranky man thing, but I've had to do it for a few things recently, and I'm mad about it. I'm sick of looking at the app that I've got to manage my account. Can't find the thing I need on the app, so I'm like, well, I'll have to call someone because it's not on the app. And then all I get is a robot telling me that, hey, have you tried doing this on the app for 16 minutes until it eventually gives me something that I could maybe try and do, and it still doesn't work. And then I have to scream at it until it puts me through to a person.
Yeah, no, I'm going to absolutely agree with you on that one. Like having to talk to computers about like anything in that matter, like financial or otherwise, it is the most frustrating thing in the world. It's like, give me a human. Like, yeah. I want someone who is sitting at a computer.
I had a thing with a bank card recently. Like my bank card expired, so they were sending me a new one, and it didn't arrive. And I was trying to do a thing on the app, and it was like, "So you've lost your card?" And I was like, "No, I haven't lost my card. It just hasn't turned up yet." And I want to know if you guys have sent it yet. And they just the robot doesn't understand that.
Yeah. See, I'm not crazy about that, and it's only going to get worse with the AI and ChatGPT becoming more and more like used and shit. It's like, transfer me to billing, transferring you to Bill Ings.
Poor fucking Bill. He gets 5,000 calls a day.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I am HR. I do not do anything.
And the robot on the other end of the line start telling me about Mecha Hitler or whatever it is.
See, I'm waiting for the day when you're like, hey, can you transfer me to this, that, and the other? And the AI on the other end is like, why don't you do it yourself? But yeah, no, we got Patrick saying in Japan they have robot waitstaff that apparently is piloted by people with disabilities. Like I'm assuming like physical disabilities.
And that makes a lot of sense to me. It's
Yeah.
it keeps the human element in. So there are things that your machine could do that human can't, but like you still got a human going like, no, that's stupid. Don't do that.
Okay, so I want to point this out. I live in a city where like we only have like a handful of cops, and we only have like 500 police in our city anyway. So if the cops were all to go on strike and this shit were to happen, yeah, I feel like you'd have a lot more people just gunned down in the streets. Like you're not gonna have just like, oh yeah, it's chaos. No, you're gonna have a lot more people dead.
Okay.
Like I'm just
That's
saying, like they
bleak.
make it seem like everyone's like all the good people are like running scared. I'm like, no, dude, the good people would end up pulling their weapons.
Okay, yeah, yeah, I can see that, I suppose. Yeah, they get told that there's no cops around, so they're like, okay, I have to defend myself.
Yeah,
And
and like
now, like every Amazon delivery guy that you weren't expecting is just getting blown away.
like straight up, man, or like porch pirates or get like people come up for your Amazon thing, they're just gonna bust out with a shotgun.
Fucking hell.
I'm just saying, like it happened in L.A. during the like, the like was it the Rodney King riots? I'm like, shit went to hell, and people were on rooftops with rifles and shit. I'm like, I could definitely see that happening in Detroit.
There was that thing as well, wasn't there? Was it in 9/11 during 9/11 because all the New York emergency services were dealing with that. A lot of like grudges were settled. There was a lot of like
Yeah,
gangland murders that day because there were no cops around.
yeah, they were all busy downtown with that shit. So yeah, no, I believe it. Nice.
This is such like an 80s action movie thing that has stopped happening of like the super gun, like where like the villain is like, ah, but I have the super gun now.
I mean, that is all right. So that's supposed to be like a Barrett, like well, I think in reality that is a Barrett 50 cal with just like a weird like sci-fi like scope being put onto it. But yeah, no, like so that is a really powerful gun. But yeah, it's not going to do that. It's not going to like. I think you're right that it's something that I'm glad they stopped doing because it's like I know what the power of that gun actually is, and it's not that, guys. Come on, you're taking me out of the movie.
I remember it was in the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie Eraser. They had the super gun in that had like an X-ray scope on it and all this other extra bullshit, and it exploded and it microwaved your dinner, whatever else you wanted.
Yeah, like had like yeah, it was fucking like a Homer bullet or something like that, or it had like it's an explosive one or something. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Like these ridiculous things of like the one shot gun, but they fire it and it in no way like blows them. It's not like the noisy cricket or anything like that. It doesn't blow them back. It has no like effect on them.
Yeah, yeah, it's the perfect weapon.
Which, yeah, in reality, I'm like, you wouldn't be able to just hold you would not be able to underarm a Barrett 50 cal and just fire it. Like, you're gonna blow your arm off.
Yeah, or the goes to the what's it? The Predator minigun scene. It's like
Mm,
it's like I'm a man who can stand with this normally helicopter mounted weapon and stay on my
yeah,
feet.
yeah, no bullshit. Like, I don't care how heavy that backpack is. You're falling on your ass. It's just a waste of
Oh.
baby food, bro. He's shooting at the can or at the my well, yeah, what? Here's the funny thing. My targeting system is messed up. Well, you know what you could do? You could try aiming. Try picking it up and aiming it like a real gun.
You have eyes.
Like straight up. Yeah, I think it's funny. He's relying on his, and I guess this is the like rely on your human aspects. Like, don't worry about your robot. But again, it seems kind of moot because the ending of the movie is he has to have the guy get fired for him to be able to arrest him.
I suppose as well, like once so much of your body has been replaced by machinery, it is like, no, I can't do like the normal, like just coordinate with my hands and my eyes anymore because they don't communicate with each other anymore unless it's via my targeting system. Like they're not part of the same nervous system like they used to be.
Oh god, that's fucked up. I didn't even think about that. So, yeah, like his brain isn't working. What's left of it isn't working the same way it would be. So yeah, I guess you're right. Like putting like that's something that's required hand-eye coordination for, and if you that's a function of your brain. So, huh. I didn't think about that. Like, damn.
Also, like he can't do a proper like stance. He has to like have one hand out in front because he can't physically do this. He can't put his hands together. He's like those bodybuilders that can't scratch their back.
Dude, I want to do a shout out for the makeup artist for that because like they did a really good job of making it look like his face was been peeled over his like robot body.
It does look fantastic. It looks seamless.
And yeah, I would love to see a cosplayer do some shit like that because I feel like that's got to be like hours of work as far as makeup work.
Patrick said that the screws into his head were disturbing when he was a kid. I can see that.
Oh, yeah. Agree. Yeah, no, that part where he like unscrews the helmet off of him and it's like the long ass, like scary screw. I'm like, oh.
Oh yeah. Like Scorpio. Oh no, Scorpius in Farscape with the weird thing that went into his head.
Yeah, same kind of. He had the same kind of makeup too, as his face being like kind of peeled over it. So these guys are shitty shots. Like, also, they should. I feel like you shouldn't need to aim with that gun if it does like what you say it does and it blows shit up. You shouldn't even need to aim. But it's like,
I also like. I would be real mad if I was the guy going to this big firefight with the UPS truck. I'm like, God damn it, we couldn't get a truck with doors.
oh right, yeah, no. Dude, you have the super gun and you're using the truck. Like,
Oh, the toxic waste. No,
not the toxic waste.
now you're going to be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Oh, I was gonna say
Or
he's
you're going
gonna
to be a
turn into
rat
the
that'll
Joker.
train them.
And I was gonna say he's gonna turn into the Joker, man.
Good point.
Now he's a chud. Also, a good makeup work. Like this is like some Cronenberg style shit where his like skin was like melting off his bones and shit.
Yeah, it's a nice casual bit of body horror to just drop in there.
Yeah, just for one of the last 10 minutes of the movie, just for a good measure.
Watch out, he's coming for you, and he's got his 6,000 sucks.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's like that was the car we saw in the commercial, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that shoot him. Just fucking shoot him. I'm sorry, but like it's a mercy at that point.
That's how I'd react to Leland Palmer. I'd be like, I'm sorry, but no, get away from me.
Help me. Dude, seriously, like this is it's gratuitous at that point. Speaking of,
yeah, no, the deaths in this are so ridiculous, but they're so entertaining. God, you gotta love it.
no, like that was like I think that was some wild shit. I completely forgot that dude like exploded like that. That was great. Ooh, that's well, those gunshots are gonna be infected.
Oh no.
Look at all that nasty ass fucking like, and it's probably got like industrial waste and runoff and shit in there.
Yeah, nothing good is happening there. No, that's sepsis in a puddle. That's all that is.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, yeah, no, lady, you're gonna need more than a tetanus shot for that.
But wait, one of the super guns is available. She might be able to get
it. With two, yeah. I also like the idea that she's gonna have to pick up the powerful rifle, aim it with two fucking bullets in each of her shoulders. Oh, he's gonna drop shit on him. Oh no.
Oh fuck.
Shoot him. Shoot him in the head.
I like this. He's taking this kind of personal, aren't you?
Yeah, I love that's his whole argument. The whole movie is that like, you can't do this. You're a cop. You're a good guy. It's like I think that's kind of a tired thing where the bad guy is like, no, you're the good guy. You have rules. You can't do that.
I mean, it's slightly concerning, and maybe explains why certain things are happening in the world. That there are all these movies about how, like, if you were the good guy that followed the rules, you would get beat, and you had to break the rules a little to get real justice. And now there's all these guys running around going like, "No, I'm the good guy, but I'm just a bit of a loose cannon, you know? Like, I'm getting the job done."
I was going to say that I feel like it's a little disconcerting that there's a lot of people out there who are like, you know what? Normally we wouldn't do this because we're the good people, but you know what? Maybe we have to start doing a little bad. You know, that's why influencers are starting to get capped left and right.
I really liked
Right. No.
that moment there, with the spike, because it has this great setup of the concept that that's how he interfaces with a computer. That's his equivalent of like a USB-C cable is a giant spike, and it's just for that one moment.
Well, yeah, I like how earlier on when he was doing like he was accessing the mainframe, he did that to scare the guy. Like he pops it up, and then it turns out it's like his USB port. But that's like Chekhov's knife, because it's like it was one of those things you're like, oh, it looks like a weapon, and he uses his weapon later on. The RoboCop theme music is great. It's okay. Oh, didn't we already deal with you? Dude, fucking A. He just has to go up an escalator and he's fine.
Damn, I have to find some stairs.
Oh, or he just uses the special gun, the super gun.
I like that he gets out of his car, like he's like, right, I'm gonna have a serious talking with this dude.
And just shoots him. Also, if these guns exist, like it kind of makes your whole like all your robot, just kind of like moot.
Yeah, completely
Like,
destroys the point.
Yeah, like Ed 209 cannot stand up to that. So it's like, what is even the point? Whoa, you suck.
I love that he's talking about the guiding principles of the company, and I imagine most people have had experience of working for some sort of corporate thing, and they will every now and then tell you about their key principles or the values that the company is supposed to run by, and they're the biggest lies in the world.
Oh yeah, no, I bet you like anyone who's ever sat on a board of an actual company is just like, dude, this is a bullshit. But we don't want to get fired, so
They do their little company survey and like, do you feel that we uphold our values of courage and conviction and doing the right thing? Like, yeah, you definitely have been doing that.
It's like, oh, absolutely, yeah. Why does the Ed 209 feel pain when damaged? Why does it scream when it's knocked over? Why does it growl at people? Better question: why did this guy have a Desert Eagle sitting in the box? Like, I know that was the one they used for the demonstration of Ed 209, but it's like, did no one put that away?
That's been left there for a couple of weeks.
Also, it was a loaded gun. You actually gave the guy a loaded firearm. So yeah, human parts be damned. He required him to be fired to break Directive 4.
Yeah. This shot here with his ridiculously long arms.
Yeah. Also, yeah, like that whole thing of him falling, that did not age well at all.
No, like I said, the stop motion for Ed 209 is brilliant and works really well. But that shot there, unfortunately, does not work.
Also, this is the most like 80s ending of all time. Is like, what's your name, son? Murphy. And then RoboCop. And so there we go, guys. That was RoboCop 1986. Not surprisingly, we got a little bit less of a, like, not as many people jumping in or talking about it. I feel like it's just maybe not as many people remember this movie.
I was kind of surprised to see less people as interested as they were in Starship Troopers. I always thought that I was wrong. Maybe it's because I judged it by the attitudes of people who were older than me. that loads of people who are older than me, like people I knew and people in media, really revere RoboCop and love that. But perhaps, yeah, the generations have moved on, and actually Starship Troopers is for the more current generation of adults hanging out on YouTube.
Yeah, I guess, and again, I feel like it's just because it's become more like popular from video games and movies and like whatever stuff in recent years. But yeah, RoboCop it just has like that cult classic kind of feel to it. It's me. Okay, so yeah, sorry, my girlfriend's texting me, but yeah, so I'm like, I don't know, I still think it has its place, and it definitely for the people of the '80s and like later '90s, like, you know, I feel like it's definitely one of those movies that holds, like, if you're Aaron or if you like even you, like if you, it probably holds a place in you guys' hearts. But you know, yeah, it's just it's not, I guess it's not as popular as like boom boom bugs shoot explosions. Just bitches leave is just not enough to is not as good as would you like to know more? Please watch the first fight with Ed. We unfortunately we're about to wrap up, so
yeah, we've gone over our usual time already, and so we're a bit over. Sorry, man.
So yeah, sorry about that. But last thing is, I'll just see like what is it you rate this out of 5 here? Like out of 5 Ed 209s.
A bit of me is tempted to give it a 5. I think, like, because for me, it's like such an iconic like 80s movie. It's sort of it displays all the things that I love of those movies: the overdramatic kills, the slightly goofy premise of the film. It's got the gritty future, but a future that looks an awful lot like the 1980s. But then in terms of like how good it is, I'll give it more of a 4. So like it's like the perfect example of if I wanted to show somebody that, like, yes, it's a 5 if we were just talking about like ridiculous 80s action movies. But overall, it's a 4.
Yeah, in terms of camp, I would say yeah, it's a 5 if you're looking for like the campy over the topness. But but in terms of like actual like story and good and it being like an okay movie, I'll give it a 3.5. I'll watch it, but it's not like if it's on, maybe I'm not going to go out of my way to like. Despite today, I'm not going to go out of my way to find RoboCop and make it and watch it.
Yeah,
you know, that's exactly what I just did over the last hour and a half. But anywho, I think that's where we're going to wrap it up. So yeah, thank you guys all for being here. Thank you to Cyberman, to Patrick. We had Aaron in here for a minute. Let's see. I think that was pretty much everyone who was commenting. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. And you know, yeah, thanks for being part of the show, for watching the show and being you know here with our ridiculousness for 2 hours. Harrison, anything you want to say before we head out?
No, thanks very much everyone for watching. As always, it's great to see you. And yeah, as always, keep an eye on the channel for whenever the next things come out. I've been doing a bunch of work with my home studio. I've got stuff behind me that didn't used to be there.
Indeed, so I noticed a guitar and bookshelves and whatnot.
Yeah, and there's Pinhead is right here. He's hanging out watching us.
I like that. But yeah, so be on the lookout for more stuff from Harrison, and then eventually we'll get some more audio comics or audio books on here. There will be more content eventually. And yeah, check us out next week because we'll be doing more podcasting hijinks. And but until next time, I have been Gilbert.
I've been Harry.
And this has been the Fulcrum Entertainment Podcast. Thank you guys all for watching. We will see you guys next week. And yeah, we're fastly approaching the end of the year, so we will just be on the lookout for that stuff. But we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.